So I started with economics today. I put a hold on modern history as I was getting very confused, and history has lots of factual knowledge and it was kind of weighing heavy on me. So I thought I should take a break from that. Read, I revised once the ancient history. I can't remember much, so I don't think that was useful. But I have to do more revision session of that, of the ancient and medieval history that I learned. Now I started economics, and after economics I will do modern history and po- polity simultaneously. Little history and little polity. As I will do two subjects when I have already built my consistency. अभी consistency सही से build नहीं हुई तो इसलिए कर नहीं पा रहा उतना, but I will try. So in economics we started with introduction. In introduction it is told that economics is a study of how to use the limited resources to create, to satisfy the demands, unlimited demands of human with the limited resources. Adam Smith called it a science of wealth. Adam Smith is also known as father of economics, but it is not literally true, because in Gupta period we see Acharya Chanakya wrote a book, Arthashastra, which is the first book on economics. So if we see in true essence, so Chanakya was the first father of economy, or first person to write the work on economics. There are other economists like Alfred Marshall, who highlighted the need of wealth creation cannot only ensure the human welfare. And then there were Lionel Robbins, who highlighted the concept of scarcity, which brings us to the supply and chain demand and supply demand demand and supply chain, After this we see a little bit more about what is macroeconomics. Microeconomics, when we see everything individually, like consumer or some data. Macroeconomics are about aggregates like GDP, national income, unemployment, and inflation. So it is kind of broader topic. In economy, we have different activities like production, investment, and consumption, and it becomes a cycle. So it is a system in which things works, that you first need investment to create production, and then with production you get more money, so you invest more. That will again come back in the help in the to help production, and again the cycle continues on. Also, we see what are the linkages between producer and consumer. The flow between producer to consumer is real flow, as some product is given to the consumer, and consumer to producer is the cash flow, as or money flow you can say, because the money is the right term because it is a broader term. So as for the services of the producers, they give them money. It can be of any kind. Then there are what factor is from producer to consumer is the service factor, and from consumer to producer is payment factor. There are other factors also like production factor of production, and factor income like rent, wages, interest, profit. After that, I basically learned about different economy today, like parallel economy, gig economy, circular economy. So parallel economy is kind of illegal activities, but it can also be it is either illegal or not reported. So basically, the people who don't report their income, as it will save them money by not paying the taxes that they had to pay if their income goes unreported. It in India, it has very large market, as we see. There were numbers here, I can't see right now, but I should report it. Parallel is economic activities which are either illegal or not reported to the appropriate government authorities when they are required to disclosed for taxation. हाँ, यहाँ पे इंडिया हैज़ अच्छा कोई नंबर नहीं, बट इंडिया हैज़ अ वेरी लार्ज unregistered and unreported businesses, and it is harmful to economic growth, as the authorities are not getting the full money or taxation that they should get from the citizens to for their own welfare, benefit, and development. After that, we see closed economy. Closed economy is very simple. When you close all your economic activities from the rest of the world, when you cut off from the world economically, like you do no trade with them, no no import, and no foreign investment, no technologies transfer, things like that. But in reality, closed economy doesn't exist, as every country does economic activities with other part of the world to some degree. It can be low, very low, but it cannot be true closed economy. Next is gig economy. Gig economy is very prevalent nowadays, as it is economic activity in which the person doesn't have a permanent job. He works temporarily and does it by his own will. I mean, because of its flexible hours and short-term contracts. there are better words like characterized by freelance economic activities based on short-term contracts. Delivery workers like cab drivers, they use this. It offers multiple benefits. It also has empowered many women to gain employment, and it this gig economy has certainly created many jobs. Yes, there are many problems with that if they are not regulated properly by the authorities, but we have seen the job creation has been done by the gig economy, and it has empowered women very much. How it has empowerment, as it has flexible working hours, so women can work as they like to and within the protection they want. But there are problems like lack of work security, and but that is the whole essence of the job, as it is a short term employment. Recent labor code by the Indian government in 2020 also acknowledged gig workers, including platform. Questions. Then we see circular economy. It is kind of like a cycle. It involves sharing, leasing, reusing, repairing, and refurbishing the material you already have or the product you already have. And to use this product for the longest time as you can use, and create the minimum waste. And how it can be achieved? It can be achieved with superior designs of the product, no cheap products, because if you buy a cheap product and it will last only maybe 1 month, and then you have to buy again and again throughout the year, so it creates a lots of waste. It certainly saves you money, but it will create a lot of waste. But what if we buy a good one, the same product but with very better and superior design, and it costs around the same, not the same, I mean 12x more than the cheapest, but it will last for the 1 year, and if you keep repairing and refurbishing it somehow, maybe for more. So by superior design and processes we can achieve this. There are many benefits, challenges, and government policies that are in this. For example, it is environment friendly because that is the main goal of it, saving cost in long run, as we see, achieving also international goals like SDG, sustainable development goals. हाँ?
उल्लास
क्या
उल्लास
किसी का मजाक उड़ाना होगा. ये उल्लास आनंद आनंद लिखा है, प्रसन्नता. So also it meets the requirement of the increasing population. What are can be the challenges? Challenges can be that it requires more money in the starting phase. It requires very superior technology, and the prevalent trends like consumerism and materialism is a very big threat to it, as people want to buy more and more and more. So it can create problems. There is limited R&D done to it, and also designing effort by the industry, as they are trying to maximize on their profits and not seeing how it can impact our environment. Also lack of public participation due to lack of awareness in this field, how the earth is slowly dying because of these waste. Some government policy we see are mission life, national resource efficiency policy, which also promotes this and tries to create awareness about this. Focus on use of biofuels like sated and gobardhan. Next we come to responsibilities by the industries like ESG and CSR. CSR is corporate क्या था corporate social responsibility. ESG is also same. ESG is a framework which does assessment of companies' performance in respect of
बस का क्या मतलब होता है?
रुक जाओ और क्या environmental sustainability, social responsibility, and corporate governance. It is a framework to assess these of companies.
तो इसमें यूज हो रहा बस इसलिए चले.
कहाँ बस
इसमें
इसलिए
बस का
चले?
क्या मतलब है?
किसमें बस का?
बस बस
अब ये क्या करने लग गया तू? अभी कह रहा तूने कहानी नहीं पढ़ी.
हाँ, तो मैं देख रहा हूँ ना कहाँ तक है मेरी अंडरस्टैंडिंग में.
बहुत जल्दी देख रहे हो आप. आपको पद्म भूषण दे दूं मैं. राइटिंग तो तुम्हारी माशाल्लाह. करो फिर. So what is CSR? CSR is a practice of companies for taking responsibility, their social responsibility that they have to benefit the society by contributing or doing something for the society. It has also been included or legalized. It had been made a legal requirement in India that if a company makes profit on their product, so the 2% of the profit will go into this social responsibility. Next we see is care economy, which can be very beneficial to India as India needs many person. What is first care economy? Care economy, as defined by International Labour Organization, is relation is activities and relationship involved in achieving physical, mental, emotional needs of kids, adults, old, young, and physically challenged and able-bodied, physically weak and able-bodied person. And it can create around 1 crore jobs and more in India alone, as we see women in India does this work unpaid. For example, our mothers who care not only for their immediate family like their husband and their children, but also care for their in-laws, so that goes unpaid. But we are slowly seeing that India is going to individualism, so it can happen that this will work, but we need to see how it goes. Then we see classifications of economy. First we have learnt in simple economy in our school times economy, like primary, secondary, tertiary, quaternary, or quinary. Then formal, informal sector, public and private sector, real and financial sector. Next is scarcity, and what are the problems in here that we see. What is scarcity? Scarcity is just lack of material or lack of resources that are required, or limited availability of resources, and it is the main root cause of every problem that is related to economics. And we can think of this with other central problems that come in the come in economy, which is what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. It is the central problems of economy or issues. And we see that different countries and different societies have used different method to challenge or to solve these challenges. First is market economy, which is basically capitalism, and then we see planned economy, which is basically socialism. So in market economy we see that that there is minimal intervention of government and market itself. It means that the property and the product is owned, product institutions are owned by private sector, and these sectors compete with each other in market, and it benefits the consumer as there is competitive pricing. But we can also see that there is a problem here that can be very dangerous, which is rich get richer and poor gets poor, because there is no concept of welfare here, because it purely runs on the merit, and not just merit, also in nepotism. As if you become rich and the first generation becomes rich, then the later on generation will be rich as they have money from the starting, and the poor will get poorer as he can only able to survive his minimal his daily needs. प्राइवेट सेक्टर भाई एक पेज मिस कर दिया मैंने, अच्छा and yeah, so the principle they run on is principle of profit motive, and then demand and supply comes, laissez-faire, limited intervention of government. Adam Smith calls demand and supply chain as invisible hand that regulates the market. Like, for example, if the market is seeing that bananas are being bought by people very much, then as the demand of the banana goes up, the price will also go up, because there are limited bananas that are being produced in a year. But what if in the next year more bananas are produced, as they have seen the trend in the previous year, but people are not buying those bananas that much this year? Then the price will go down as demand has also gone down. But it can also happen that there is limited product but the need is very high, and when this happens, the demand will be high and price will also be high. So this is demand and supply chain. You can see in short. What is this? The second type of economy is planned economy, which is also called as socialist economy or welfareist economy, in which the properties and the institutions are owned by government or the authority, and there is no right to private property. Then the real incentive here is the social welfare that people will get from the social welfare, economic equality, and job security are the main incentive of this economy. But as we see in market economy, the growth is very fast and high, but there is no welfare there for the people who need it. But in planned economy, it ensures that, but the growth is very slow. That is why we don't see these two type of economics purely. Yes, there are examples in, for example, so planned economics can be, one example is Russia, and for market economy we can see USA. But they both apply the other system also to some degree. What is market mechanism? What is market first? Market is a system in which we see a place where exchange of goods through money happens, and it is based on competition markets classified as perfect, monopoly, duopoly. Demand and supply we already talked about. Market mechanism. What is market mechanism? It is an interaction between demand and supply to bring a balance in society, which is known as equilibrium. That is all. I studied very less today. I mean, because I am studying after 1 week again. We'll catch the speed again. So आज कुछ खास नहीं कर लिया.